Well, a fine good afternoon all. This is Patricia and I'm traveling for history. I am in the Bisbee Restoration Museum in Bisbee, Arizona today. It has 3 glorious stories of items donated to it. This is an Historical Society museum. We all know that Historical Society museums need a lot of love and money. So maybe you'd like to volunteer. I've volunteered here. I've conducted research, finding information on people. Perhaps you'd like to clean. Perhaps you'd like to donate services in some other way. Plumbing? Who knows? And money is money. It costs money to run these places, to keep the lights on, to have heat in them, to take care of the items that they have. So if you can donate money, that would be a beautiful thing as well. All right. All the people who are here are volunteers, donating their time to keep the place open and running. All right. So this is the second floor of the museum. We see this old radio here. It's a General Electric beam dial radio as seen on Leave It to Beaver, 1957 to 1963. A show I never watched, but I did hear about it growing up. A Westinghouse radio. So a lot of radios on this floor. All sorts of them. I think this is Bakelite. I'm not touching because it says don't touch. And if nothing else, I like to be respectful in these places. This is an Admiral Admiral radio right here. And a Sears. That's right. I remember Sears sold radios. This is Sears. It says it right there. Come on. We have a zillion. They have a zillion typewriters in this place, up in the attic, where visitors can't go, but I had special permission. There's oodles of typewriters. What is this? An Edophone. Okay, so you'd have a hose with like a headset around your ear. Oh, here we go. It's right there. That's Edison himself. You talk into it, and it will record on the cylinder here. It's a dictating machine. And then this is a later iteration of it. So, typewriter is a recording devices through the ages. That's an adding machine. Smith Premier. Number 10, 1910, dual keyboard typewriter. Separate boards for upper and lower case. L.C. Smith Typewriter Company in Syracuse, New York. Wow. Soundscriber. I'm guessing you could record onto a record. I was just wondering to myself if this were a size 16 record, because I've never seen a size 16 record. How about you? I've seen 45 and 33 because I had those. I've seen 78s, but I've never seen a size 16 record. Some really old phonographs have that. Here we have, this is a 45. This is a 45 right here. So they had they could have up to like 2 songs on each side. Like a CD single. So this is a 3-inch reel-to-reel portable audio recorder from Philips 1960s. Used D-size batteries. I don't think that's portable personally, but, you know, yeah. Telephone answering machine. Wow, that is old. A Systel, you would put a 5 1/4-inch diskette in there. Sorry about my phone going in and out. It's not happy. I've been filming all day. That's why the reason why floppy disks are called floppy is because those 5 1/4 inch disks were floppy. You'd hold on the corner and you could do that with them, and they'd flop. Not that anyone uses those things anymore, really, but that's what they were. This looks like a printer. Oh, no. I know this is a mimeograph. I think this is a mimeograph machine. Interesting. Take a step back to get the whole thing in place. So, it's artwork by Maria Jutazzi Coleman. Hope I said her middle name correctly. For over 60 years, this is a statement by the artist, for over 60 years I have been silent about the experiences, losses, and feelings of my childhood, a period of my life permanently marked by the genocide I survived. Now, with my children and grandchildren around me, I can allow the silenced but not forgotten memories to surface. This I do through my art. From a small black and white photograph left in a drawer, I painted my family as they are enjoying an outing in the park. With colors and a brush, I brought them back into the sun to remember them and to tell their tragic story. The ceramic sculptures I make bring light to the images I have carried hidden in my soul for many years. My sculptures are made of dust of the earth, as my beloveds, along with 6 million other Jews, have since become. When people, young and old, look at what has emerged from my unconscious, I hope a flag of warning arises that says, quote, "Don't let this happen again anywhere," unquote. And that's what I just read from, that right there. And then this right here is another one I'll read to you in just a moment. I know it's going in and out of the Arbeit Macht Frei was the statement above the entrance to Auschwitz. Maria Jutazzi Coleman was born in Budapest, Hungary in 1935. She had to wear a yellow star on every dress or coat she had from the age of 9, making her a target for anti-Semitic abuse everywhere she went. In 1944, her family was ordered by the Nazis to move to a ghetto. When a subsequent order to go to a work camp arrived, her mother tore the yellow stars from their clothing, and risking everything, they fled from the ghetto. They left Budapest, climbed a mountain, and hid in a refuge until liberation by the Allied forces. Maria and her mother went back to Budapest and waited for their family members to return. They waited in vain. Half of the family had been exterminated in Auschwitz. The other side of the family was found in their hideout and were lined up and shot on the shores of the Danube. Maria Jutazzi Coleman grew up in Soviet-ruled Hungary. In 1956, during the revolution, she and her mother escaped to Austria. From there, they went to France and then to Milan, Italy, where Maria studied music at the Verdi Conservatory. In 1962, she immigrated to the United States. She married and had a daughter and a son. She has 4 grandchildren. Presently, Mrs. Coleman lives in Bisbee, Arizona, an artist's community. She has become a sculptor. And this... Of course, the serial number was tattooed onto their arms. There are stories that sometimes their skin would be cut from here, so as a souvenir before they were exterminated. That may or may not be true. Admittedly, I would not be surprised and he's pushing a cart of bodies. This is an antique cash register for Boggs Grocery Tombstone Canyon, used by three generations of Boggs. Store later owned and operated by Bill and Itchus Henwood, donors. More typewriters, telephones, rotary phones. I remember these. Well, not all of them. I love the look of the candlestick phones, but never had one. In fact, there was a replica made in the 70s. I had one, like I don't know what, but I never had my own phone. I can't remember ever having my own phone. That's a wall phone. That thing in the front there, that's the piece you talk into, and the one hanging up is the one you listen to. So if we crank. Nifty. That dinging you heard was from that. And then fuses and the power pole. If you watched my video on the third floor, there was a whole section on the fuses. Fuses right here. That is cool, people. Cool stuff. These are insulators. They were used on the tops of telephone poles. This is from the Pythians. If you watched my attic video, you saw a single chair with this design at the top, the leather and the green. The Pythians were the first fraternal organization chartered by the United States Congress and at the urging of President Lincoln in 1864. Its goal was to bring the both sides of a warring nation back to peace and brotherhood. I didn't know that, did you? Here we have yet another typewriter. This machine was used by Fred McKinney as he started the Brewery Gulch Gazette in 1931. He used it until he retired in 1957. But when you're here visiting, don't touch it. Brewery Gazette. Pythian Castle is still standing, by the way. Looks like a radio. Adding machine. 1912 calculator. Original tube tester from radio station KSUN, donated by H. Waterhouse. These are nifty, people. Nifty. 25 cents for 2 hours play. Not sure what they were using, though. I'm guessing maybe the radio. Oh, there's a fountain pen. That black, that one, that right there. That's a fountain pen. Inkwell, right here. Ink. I wonder if you can still buy ink like that. Fountain pens came back into vogue for a while there, and I had one. And, you know, I think maybe, I'm guessing she used this kind of pen, my mother. Something I talked about in the attic and on the third floor. I'm guessing then she just dipped it into the inkwell, and then would tap it off and try not to get any on the desk or arms and stuff like that. Wow. Yay. This is a 1935 GE radio. There was one similar to this in the attic. This is a Zenith Model H500 transoceanic radio from 1951 to 62. Just trying to get a picture of that with the glare. All right, can I come over here? This is a lodge picture. Former Mayor Jacob Erickson, third from right. 1, 2, 3. So, that guy right there. Come on, come back into focus. Back. There we go. My phone is so ornery. Original radio equipment for station For station KSUN, the station was put on the air for the first time in 1933 by three men, Carl Morris, Jack Rogers, and Bob Thompson. Look at the size of that record. Holy nuts. Wonder if that's a size 16 record. I was a comedy for the FBI starring Dana Andrews. Oh, no, is that a movie disc? RCA. Broadcast valve compressor, circa 1950s. This was used to normalize and give depth to the audio output of a radio station. It prevents distortion whilst putting out an analog signal. How neat is that? That's a floor model radio. Something my grandparents would have had. Maybe your great-grandparents, if you're younger than I. This is a memory of H.L. Walker, Knights of Templar, Masonic Parade, hat and belt. Try to get all of this display into the photograph. And we see KSUN history and all that fabulous stuff. Alrighty, well, this is Patricia and I'm traveling for history. Appreciate your coming along with me today. And until I see you again, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye now.